Hey, Cancer, Intuitive Soul Coach here with your April 2023 monthly reading. Welcome back to my channel if you are returning, and welcome if you are new. These are general readings, so please take what resonates and leave the rest behind. If you are interested in a personal reading or entering into the free monthly reading giveaway, you can find both of those links in the description box below. All right, so Cancer, the key theme showing up for you in the month of April, you have Ascension followed by Intuition. So a couple of deep cards here showing up, really deep energy on personal development, also about awareness. And so I sense that that is showing up very strong because you're aware of what's going on around you, but you're making some decisions to change and alter your external surroundings. You also have rest and retreat showing up. So I like this because you're giving yourself some downtime to heal, to recover, recuperate, take some time out to relax, find that peaceful place, whether you are taking a mental health day, going on a trip or a vacation, or just taking some time out of the day for you. And that is going to be very important because some of you, I am sensing there's been some health concerns either with you, Cancer, or those around you. Some of you may even be seeking out a chakra healer, an energy worker, a natural path, but I feel that you've gone through a lot of growth, a lot of soul lessons here. When you have the Ascension card showing up with your intuition, this is a really powerful dynamic about personal and self-development. It's about soul advancement as well as, it could be physical, financial, but most importantly, it is about your soul advancing and learning the lessons that you chose to learn upon incarnating into this lifetime. So some of you, this could be a relationship. For others of you, it was a health setback or a health concern. It could have been a loss. It can be grief. I'm getting the energy here of grief, and that's showing up for a lot of signs, and that may be something that Spirit wants me to really dive into during my next collective reading, because so many people, when they think of grief, it is, when we lose a loved one, when a loved one crosses over to the other side, right? That's when we think of grief. But grief actually shows up in so many different forms. When we lose a job, when we lose a friendship, the grief over a divorce, or when a child leaves the home. There are so many different forms of grief that show up, but it tends to mount. It tends to mount and really show up when we do have something catastrophic that shows up, and then everything that's been piling up and mounting up tends to, boom, come up all at once. So that may have been something you've gone through in the past here, Cancer, but you've really grown from a lot of these soul lessons, and now you're more aware of what you're feeling inside and out. Some of you may have had a really deep and meaningful transition, relationship, or situation that had occurred, but it's actually allowed you to really tune in to your intuitive side and to really trust those gut instincts and feelings, to become aware of what's going on around you. This is a really powerful month for you to tune in because your intuition is on par in the month of April. And some of you, you're highly intuitive souls anyway, and you actually have the High Priestess showing up in your reading as well. So combined with that intuition, I mean, you have a strong pull where you just know. So you may have breakthroughs this month. You may have epiphanies, aha moments. This could be your intuition really guiding you and pulling you to take a retreat, to take some time off, to say yes to that job, that opportunity. So listen to your intuition this month because it will lead you on that path towards abundance, whatever that looks like for you. Now we do have here the Five of Cups and the Five of Pentacles. The good news is you're completely changing a new leaf here come mid-month. There's a turning point in your life. Double fives equal that 10. So there's some sort of ending that is coming in for you in the month of April if you have been struggling. Now, Five of Cups is all about emotional loss. It can be regret. It can be mourning. It can also be about that disappointment and that grief that we talked about earlier. So grief is something that we should talk about more. And a lot of times when we think of grief, it can feel negative. It can feel heavy, right? But there can be so much more to grief than just that heaviness and that loss. It can be a positive side. You can look back on memories. Take a A divorce, for example. Sometimes we don't realize that within the grief of losing a relationship or losing the aspects or parts of ourselves, that we can still grieve and we can still mourn, but also we can remember the good things as well. So there can be a little bit of that bittersweet when it comes to something that has been lost. And I feel a lot of you are coming to the flip side here of grief. Five of Pentacles showing up can be about changes in your finances, within your health, within your physical stability as well. So some of you went through a major health issue, a job loss, bankruptcy. You've had to maybe go through some financial or material changes. And I'm sensing that things are changing for you when it comes to money because you do have the Wheel of Fortune. Others of you, this is about a loss of the old self, the old you, and there's a new you being reborn. It is the you that sometimes we go through those experiences and we're never the same from them, right? But it doesn't mean that you are broken per se. I just feel like there's a different version of you because of some sort of human experience. And we always have free will. And I always say this, you probably hear me say this a million times, Cancer, we can either choose to become bitter or better, but we have free will and the choice is ours and ours alone. Now we can stay in this Five of Cups energy, depressed, needing to forgive. It can be disappointing, or we can allow ourselves to grieve and to sit in that space for however long it takes, but not to live in that space, right? To see that flip side of grief. 2 5s equal that 10. So come mid-month for you, Cancer, you have the High Priestess listening to your intuition, and you have the Ace of Cups, a brand new beginning showing up. Whether it's a brand new beginning in love, whether it's a brand new beginning to head in a direction where you can manifest more money doing what it is that you love. Whatever this is, it's a brand new beginning. Trust your intuition to lead the way, to guide you forward here. Because when the High Priestess shows up, you have the inner wisdom, the insight to trust, okay? Even though it may feel like this is a mystery, or it may feel like you're unsure of what step to take next, that little voice within is your internal navigational system, and you're being guided towards this Ace of Cups energy. This is a gift of love. It's overflowing emotions. It is about a soul quenching renewal, because remember, Cancer, that you can't drink from an empty cup. This is about the relationship you have with self. It can be self-love. It can be a new love coming in if you're looking for new love. It can be new partnerships. I'm also getting someone maybe adopting a pet as well, or there could have been grief over the loss of a pet as well, I'm sensing. But Ace of Cups is a brand new beginning, and I like this, but you have a choice. Do you want to stay in this energy here of something that's happened in the past or that's been disappointing, or are you going to move forward with more optimism, more hope? And sometimes, I have people saying, Melissa, it's so much easier said than done. And of course, but when we can train ourselves and we can bring in that habitual pattern of, yes, we are in a situation that sometimes it's difficult, but when you can train yourself to raise those vibrations, it can really shift the outcome. That's why you see people, journaling. I journal, I write in a gratitude journal, I set powerful intentions, I create vision boards. And yes, it's not all about all that good stuff. It's the sticky, shadowy stuff as well. But I feel like you've gone through some of that and you have learned some lessons. So you don't have to keep repeating them. And that's part of that ascension, that life's work here. Now, in the future, especially the last half of April, you have the Wheel of Fortune and the Sun. So literally a huge turning point. You start off a little bit shaky. You've started off here with double 5 energy, but like I said, endings bringing in a new beginning. And you see that happening here where you have the Wheel of Fortune followed by the Sun. I mean, this is powerful stuff here, Cancer. So the Wheel of Fortune is the turning point. It's destiny and fate intervening. You're not repeating a cycle of either bad luck or a cycle of repetitive tower moments or broken hearts, loss of situations here. Whatever was going on here, you're turning a new leaf because you're choosing to step out of this energy, whatever that may have been for you. You had to experience it. You had to go through it. But now you can see the flip side, the positive side of some sort of grief, the silver lining, right? And the Wheel of Fortune Followed by the sun is all about more abundance, more happiness. It's about success, better health as well, especially for those of you that struggled from mental, physical, emotional health, because I am getting there could have been something with heart, which can be depression, it can be loneliness, isolation, bitterness. It can be resentment, needing to forgive. There could have been something within that heart chakra region where you're opening yourself up to a new way of being and a new way of thinking here, which can really help you move forward up out of a sticky situation. Now, when the sun card shows up as your final outcome, this is about you enjoying the moment, Cancer. Don't wait for the rug to get pulled out from underneath you. Don't tell yourself that, oh, this is happening and it's so good. Where's the catch? Where's the catch, right? What's going to happen? When is this going to give, basically? When is that other shoe going to drop? Don't look for a catastrophe just because things are going smooth, because that's what you're used to, right? That's a limiting belief. Happiness and abundance is your birthright. So if you've been struggling and if you have been going through a challenging time, remember here, Cancer, your soul has ascended. You've gone through the personal growth here. Be aware of the limiting beliefs, of the thought patterns, of the triggers that show up when things are starting to go smoothly for you. When you have a job opportunity that shows up and they want to hire you, instead of questioning, can I really do this? Why would they want me? What can I bring to the table? Say, yes, I'm going to own this. I'm going to walk in and feel confident because I have what it takes. I'm successful. I am worthy of this opportunity. Same goes for love. Same goes for healing, right? This is about you really tuning into your solar plexus and having that confidence to move forward. Now, what else do we have here? When it comes to manifesting money, abundance, wealth, career, you have the turtle showing up, which talks about money coming in, possibly slowly. It can be steady progress. You may even be moving for work, relocating, but this is long term. This reminds me of the Knight of Pentacles. Slow and steady wins the race. Something you've been really trying to manifest for quite some time, you may actually be sealing the deal towards the end of April, whether it's a new business contract, a soul contract with a partnership, a company, a person, whatever this is for you, a new human experience, right? The opportunity to open your heart up and do something that you love, be with someone that you love. This is about a business contract or clerical work. Some of you may be writing, you may be in the administrative field, you may be dealing out with paperwork or having paperwork dealings. I'm getting notary, so you may be getting something notarized. You may be talking to a bank. There could be a signature required. I'm getting e-signature as well. This is about you staying put. And I feel like there's a new opportunity coming in, a new beginning that's going to allow you to grow and to evolve and advance even more. So say yes to these opportunities, Cancer, because you deserve them. You are worthy of them. And you also have the books card showing up. So some of you may be writing a book. There could be a contract. I am getting here that even if you are unsure of how your role is going to play out, you can learn as you go. You don't have to have every single piece intact before you push that go button, right? If you were to be on a roller coaster, right, and you were just getting buckled in and you had the straps come down to hold you in place. But if you were to wait until you felt ready to go on that roller coaster, you could be sitting up there forever, right? Sometimes it's outside of your control where you have to let the person that is in charge of the roller coaster push the go button. And I feel that way with you here as well, where you're already buckled up. You're already strapped in. The universe is already ready for you to put something out into the world, into the ether, right? You're already ready to launch. There's a new beginning. So if you were to wait for yourself to catch up with that energy and say, okay, I think I might be ready in 5 weeks, in 5 months, in 5 years, you could be waiting forever. And it's going to pass by anyway. So learn as you go. You don't have to be completely 100% ready. Now, some of you may be taking a class, educating yourself in the near future, going back to school. I'm getting something with law and order as well. If you've been dealing with any sort of legal issues or setbacks, there could be back pay. I'm getting for some of you, there could be some paperwork. Maybe it's due to unemployment or Social Security, something of that nature. I'm also getting child support back pay. It's not going to resonate with everyone. Please take that as it does. But I'm getting here some sort of like a judge, boom, like this is it. This is the final decision being made. So I feel like there's going to be a decision being made, and it's going to help you move forward. Now, when it comes to love, some of you may have some trust issues, right? This is something that can certainly be a big factor when it comes to love, trusting that the universe is going to bring us a soulmate, trusting that the person that we attract or that we are with, that we can trust, that they'll be reliable, dependable, honest. This situation is calling for you to have faith, Cancer. So if trust is an issue that you struggle with, this is time for you to go within, because your intuition is that built-in BS detector, right? But sometimes we have triggers that show up from the past, and you may question, is this intuition or is this a trigger, right? The intuition here is going to be that soft, subtle voice that helps you instead of tells you that this person is bad or that's negative or that's going to happen again or that's going to be a repeat, right? The intuition is going to guide you and direct you on what path to take that's in your highest good. So trust that not only the universe has your back, Cancer, but that you can trust in yourself to make decisions for you. And some of you question or second guess yourself or the decisions that you make. If you're looking for love, this looks like a beautiful time with this Ace of Cups to attract love into your life. A new person has stirred your romantic feelings, Cancer. This could be someone completely new, or it could be a flame to an existing relationship where finally you're able to be on the same page with a person in your energetic field. And it may be that you've both had to take a little bit of time apart or some rest and retreat together or separately in order to come back together with fresh new energy. Next, we have it is safe for you to love. Sometimes we shut down our heart chakra, and I'm feeling that energy for a lot of you Cancerians as you shut down, especially because you are a water sign and you feel so deeply, but you don't always want to forgive, and that can harbor resentments right here in that heart chakra. That's that 5 of Cups. Open your heart to give and receive the highest energy of love, the highest energy of all, right? Open yourself up, because it's with that vulnerability. That is courage. That is bravery. It is when we can open up to the risk and to the unknown and to possibly getting our heart, hurt, stepped on, yanked out. When it comes to maybe business, it can be failure, it can be loss, all of those things. But when we open ourselves up to have this full human experience, that's when we grow, evolve, and ascend, which you certainly have. So really powerful reading here. A lot of shifts happening for you in the month of April, but I love to see this turnaround. So literally, Wheel of Fortune is a turnaround. If you've been on this streak here of whatever this 5 and 5 is, 5 of Pentacles, 5 of Cups, things are really taking a turn for the better for you. Now, what message does your soul really want you to tune into at this time? What expectations do I have that are impossible to meet? The expectations we have are mostly delusional and impossible to meet. We then experience disappointment with ourselves or with a relationship when they are not met. It's time to dissolve your expectations and replace them with gratitude. That's that 5 of Cups as well. Whether it's a relationship, whether it's a family member, a son, daughter, parent, sibling, coworker, lover, right? Whoever this is here, it doesn't have to be a person. It could be, we have expectations for a certain age that we would like to have, maybe a family, a job, a home, all of these things. What if you just went with that ride, right? That roller coaster ride. You can't tell that roller coaster to stop at the top, right? Or to stay at the bottom. It's just going to happen. It's going to flow. If you can go with the ups and downs, enjoy the ride, buckle up, because that's what's showing up here for you, Cancer. Be grateful. You are being summoned to more peace. Peace is home for our soul, and it is accompanied by trust, which you have here showing up. It comes when you surrender and focus only on what you can control. If you expect nothing and are grateful for everything, you will experience extreme fulfillment. Yes, this is the energy you want to be in. Ace of Cups, fulfillment, especially emotional fulfillment, because then you see the rest falls into place. Then the finances, then the physical, then everything external falls into place when you are emotionally fulfilled with what's going on around you. And that can be a subtle shift, such as, writing what you're grateful for each day before you go to bed, or saying it mentally in your mind before your head hits the pillow, or before you wake up or before you step out of bed in the morning. There's a lot of gratitude showing up here for you. Now, messages from Spirit. You have the cleanse card followed by the support. Your body, mind, and soul are urging you to take out for some much needed cleansing. Just as you wash your car, clean the house, or tidy your office, your body also needs care and attention. It's time for some spiritual, emotional, and physical cleansing, which you have the R&R card. So it doesn't surprise me if you can take some time out. Maybe the timeout is cleaning your car. Maybe it's cleaning up the fridge or cleaning up your child's room. Anything like that can really help you feel more mentally organized as well and not so chaotic. And that's something you can control, right? You can control the situation upon which your living environment looks like. Also, you have support. People come into your life for many reasons. Some you learn from and then they move on, while others return, often because you need to learn more from those individuals. Others remain beside you throughout your entire life. So you have support. You are supported, Cancer, in the physical realm and in the spiritual realm. So know that you are not alone. There's a new beginning being offered to you here. You can see the egg card showing up, and eggs can be about a brand new beginning. It's the new stages of a situation here. So I do feel that there's something about vulnerability. You may feel a little bit fragile as well with the egg. Don't let yourself be hard-boiled, right? Don't let a situation come in and harden you, because you have the support. You have the angelic presence. You can see the wings behind her. So I feel some of you, you may have a grandmother that's an angel. You may even really connect with Archangel Michael or Archangel Raphael, or you may have a statue of an angel near you. It could also be that you are driving along the road and you see a statue of an angel, maybe at a church or wherever. Please take that as a sign that you are absolutely not alone. You have Armadillo, set healthy boundaries. It's card 3, and as I looked up, I seen 3 on the clock as well. So 3s may be a very important number for you, Cancer, whether it's your birthday. Some of you may be 33, or you may have 3 in your birth date or your life path or your personal year. I'll link that in the description box below if you want to know more about personal years, or if you have been going through struggles or challenges. There are collective videos for you if you want. But the armadillo tends to have that tougher exterior, but inside it is, mushy and soft and nice. But this is about setting healthy boundaries, especially for you Cancerians that tend to let someone walk all over you. Or if you yourself tend to set expectations that are impossible. Remember, the word itself, impossible, says I'm possible. But I'm getting here that there is, of course, a difference between the expectations and goals. Sometimes you expect too much out of yourself, or you may expect too much out of others, or you feel that they expect too much out of you. If that is the case, make sure that you are setting healthy boundaries and healthy goals for yourself as well. Now, lastly, Cancer, you have fork in the road card. There's another 3, 13. 13 in tarot is the death card. Don't resist change. Don't hang on to something that needs to be shed, which it will. You have a new beginning coming in here, but you have a decision. Do you stay in your comfort zone, which sometimes can be unhealthy, or do you break free and learn as you go? You've come as far as you can on this part of your journey, and now you're faced with a choice. Inherent in this choice is the need for change, for evolution, and for a bettering of your circumstance. Narrow it down to just a single question. Who do I need to become, and what do I need to believe in order to live a life of prosperity? Answer honestly and from the heart. Then the decision about which way to go will be effortless. Know that abundance is all around you, Cancer. Choose to see it, and it will be easier to settle on a direction. For the direction, for way will be made clear by your intuition. I love it. Yes, there's that intuition showing up, which you see multiple times in your reading. Your intuition knows how to steer you toward your well-being. Yes, be sure to not become too indecisive, because some of you Cancerians, you may feel a little bit indecisive at times, and that can lead to anxiety, and it can be extremely frustrating. We may feel lost. We may feel confused. At this juncture, you can't remain in place without losing your way altogether. So avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to a subtle refusal to take responsibility. Don't give your power away, Cancer, not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable. If that choice leads to undesirable circumstances, take heart. Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson. You've learned the lesson. That's what we've been talking about here. If you feel like you can't trust yourself to make choices, you absolutely can. You have this intuition that is your navigational beacon towards your highest good. You've already learned. So basically, fork in the road says that there is a new direction here. This is about you seeing the abundance. And even if you can't see it with your physical eye, use your intuition to steer that ship, to steer that road forward for you. Because there's abundance showing up here. You have the sun. This is the best card in tarot, right? This is the most abundant card. And you can see that this beautiful cougar here, she is soaking up, basking in the sunlight, and she's relaxed. And this is you coming to a place of rest and retreat, allowing yourself that downtime to just be, just relax, soak in the sun, soak in that positive vibe and positive energy. Because just like with that roller coaster ride, it's going to bring in ups and downs. And before you know it, that ride is going to be over. And you're going to say, I'm so glad I did that, right? So I hope this resonates with you, Cancer. If so, please feel free to hit that thumbs up button. It certainly does help get the divine channeled messages out there to those that need it most. Feel free to share, like, comment if you'd like, and hit that subscribe and bell button if you haven't already. Thank you so much for tuning in, Cancer. Lots of love.